Have you ever wondered how a ballistic missile is actually manufactured from scratch? We are not talking about politics or headlines, but about the industrial process that transforms chemical raw materials, high-strength metals, and electronic microcomponents into a propelled system capable of traveling hundreds of kilometers. In this video, we delve exclusively into the production chain, from the formulation of solid fuel and the construction of the fuselage to the integration of the guidance system and final testing, engineering, precision, and manufacturing at the limit. Manufacturing a ballistic missile is not simply a matter of assembling a metallic device with fuel inside. It is the result of a complex industrial process that combines advanced chemistry, precision metallurgy, structural engineering, autonomous electronic systems, and extremely rigorous control protocols. In the Iranian case, this manufacturing takes place within a technical ecosystem designed to operate under technological isolation, which has required integrating almost the entire production chain within its own territory. The process begins long before the final assembly. It all starts in research centers where critical materials are developed. One of the first components to be manufactured is the solid propellant. Unlike liquid fuels, solid fuel is produced as a stable composite mass that is integrated directly into the missile's motor. Its production requires specialized chemical facilities with strict controls over temperature, humidity, and pressure. The base compound usually includes oxidizing agents such as industrially processed nitrates, micronized aluminum particles as energetic fuel, and binding polymers that keep the mixture structurally stable. The proportion must be exact. Even a minimal deviation can alter the burn rate or generate instability. The mixture is prepared in sealed chambers with mechanical arms that prevent static friction. It is then poured into cylindrical molds that form the core of the motor. These blocks undergo a controlled curing process that can last several days. During this time, potential microcracks are monitored using ultrasonic scanners. If the propellant shows internal irregularities, it is discarded. Homogeneous consistency is essential to guarantee uniform thrust during launch. In parallel, in metallurgical laboratories, the fuselage structure is developed. The body of the missile must be lightweight, yet capable of withstanding extreme temperatures generated by atmospheric friction during re-entry. For this purpose, advanced thermally treated aluminum alloys are used, titanium in critical areas, and ceramic coatings on the front section. Structural components are manufactured using high-precision CNC machining. Each cylindrical section is turned and milled with millimeter-level tolerances. They are then subjected to heat treatments that reinforce their mechanical strength. The joints between segments are welded using friction stir welding techniques, which create stronger bonds than conventional welding. Once the structural sections are ready, they are transferred to modular integration areas. There, staged assembly begins. First, the motor is installed with the solid fuel block already encapsulated in its casing. The ignition system is mounted at the base, including electrically activated devices protected by multiple layers of safety. Next, the central compartment is integrated, where the inertial navigation system is located. This system is one of the most sensitive components. It is based on high-precision gyroscopes and accelerometers capable of measuring minimal variations in orientation and velocity. The entire module is mounted on damped platforms to reduce vibrations during flight. The electronic circuits are assembled in electrostatic controlled rooms. Technicians use anti-static tools and conductive suits to prevent discharges that could damage microcomponents. The electronic boards undergo vibration and temperature testing in environmental chambers that simulate extreme conditions. The guidance software is loaded at this stage. Before sealing the module, complete digital simulations of the flight profile are executed. Trajectory parameters are introduced, and the system responds within virtual environments that replicate gravitational forces and atmospheric resistance. In another section of the facility, the conventional warhead is manufactured. The structure that houses the explosive charge is produced using treated steel and composite materials designed to fragment in a controlled manner. The handling of the explosive is carried out in separate environments with reinforced walls and specialized ventilation systems. Each charge is weighed and calibrated to maintain mass balance. The missile's nose cone, responsible for protecting the warhead during ascent and re-entry, receives an ablative coating. This material gradually erodes while withstanding temperatures exceeding 1000 degrees Celsius, protecting the internal structure. Once all modules have been individually verified, final assembly proceeds. The fuselage is joined in sections, integrating the motor, central compartment, and head. Stabilization fins are installed, manufactured from lightweight fiber-reinforced composites. The complete missile then moves to the comprehensive inspection phase. Three-dimensional scanners are used to verify structural alignment. X-ray equipment examines internal welds. Laser sensors detect possible microscopic deformations. Subsequently, the system is placed on a static test bench. There, motor activation is simulated without actual ignition. Electrical connections, response times, and sensor synchronization are evaluated. For engines designated for full testing, controlled ignitions are conducted within reinforced structures that measure thrust, internal pressure, and combustion stability. After passing technical tests, the missile is transferred via internal motorized platforms to temporary storage areas. These spaces are designed with constant climate control to preserve the solid fuel and electronic components. Before leaving the facility, each unit receives a final calibration. Internal systems are synchronized, digital parameters are updated, and the status of the internal battery that will power the guidance system during flight is verified. Transport to external zones is carried out in specialized vehicles with adaptive suspension that minimizes vibrations. During this transfer, strict security protocols are applied to avoid unnecessary exposure. The entire process from material production to final assembly can take months. Each phase is documented and every component has internal traceability. Manufacturing does not depend on a single facility. Different centers produce specific modules that are later integrated. The capability to develop and manufacture internally all critical components, from solid propellant to electronic navigation and control systems, has made it possible to establish an integrated and self-sufficient production chain. This approach reduces dependence on external suppliers and facilitates coordination between the different stages of the industrial process. Each phase, from chemical formulation to final integration, operates within the same technical ecosystem, improving traceability, quality control, and operational continuity. A significant portion of this activity takes place in underground facilities specially designed to house complex industrial processes. These complexes feature large-dimension tunnels reinforced with high-strength concrete and steel structures that provide additional stability. The width of the corridors allows complete modules or assembled systems to be transported using internal motorized platforms without exposure to external environments. This not only protects components from environmental factors, but also helps maintain stable temperature and humidity conditions. The internal design follows industrial safety and operational efficiency criteria. Areas are clearly segmented according to the nature of the work performed in each. The production of chemical compounds is carried out in zones equipped with specific ventilation systems, particle control, and constant monitoring of environmental variables. These areas have strict protocols for handling sensitive materials and are physically isolated from other sectors of the complex. For its part, electronic integration is carried out in electrostatic controlled spaces where humidity and temperature levels are carefully regulated. Surfaces, tools, and personnel clothing are designed to minimize any discharge that could affect microcomponents or printed circuits. The separation between chemical and electronic areas not only prevents cross risks, but also allows optimization of the technical conditions required by each discipline. The handling and assembly of conventional explosive charges take place in even more restricted sections. These zones are structurally reinforced and equipped with redundant safety systems, as well as calculated separation distances to limit potential effects in the event of an incident. The result is a fully assembled, calibrated system ready for storage or deployment, whose production requires technical mastery across multiple industrial disciplines. Beyond any external perception, the central axis of this process is strictly technical and industrial. It involves transforming raw materials, chemical compounds, metal alloys, composite materials, and high-precision electronic components into an autonomous propelled system capable of traveling along a pre-programmed trajectory. Manufacturing begins with the transformation of basic inputs into functional elements. Chemical compounds are processed under controlled environmental conditions to ensure stability and uniformity. Metal alloys are melted, machined, and heat-treated until they achieve the mechanical properties necessary to withstand intense vibrations, high internal pressures, and extreme temperatures. In parallel, electronic components are assembled in environments protected against electrostatic discharges and thermal variations that could affect performance. Each component is manufactured independently before being integrated into the final assembly. The motor, main structure, guidance system, actuators, and control mechanisms are produced and evaluated separately. This modular approach facilitates early fault detection and allows corrections to be made prior to final assembly. Production tolerances are extremely tight, as minimal variations can affect internal alignment and dynamic performance. The process involves multidisciplinary teams. Chemical engineers monitor propellant stability. Materials specialists analyze structural strength. Mechanical engineers ensure machining precision. And electronic technicians validate the operation of control systems. During integration, joints are examined using non-destructive techniques such as ultrasound or radiography. Circuits undergo vibration and temperature testing, and the complete system is evaluated through digital simulations before any operational testing. Nothing is considered final until a chain of cross-verifications is completed. Every screw is tightened with calibrated torque, every weld is inspected, and every line of code is verified through functional testing. Overall, manufacturing a system of this nature involves a highly structured industrial process, where precision, repeatability, and traceability are essential. It is not merely about assembling components, but about integrating multiple technical disciplines into a final product whose reliability depends on the accuracy with which each phase was executed.